Şu an daha katılmadı Deniz Bey. Bekliyoruz. Evet.
Yani Galway'e o gözle bakın. Galway'den Gürses'e. Yani Dublin'i üçüncü bir tez. Üçüncü bir bu şekilde. Sen niye geldin? Alper gelmiş.
Alper Bey var Deniz Bey.
Sadece siz ana grupta görüşme sonunda.
Tamam.
Hazal burada mısın sen?
Semra Hanım mı? Hazal telefonda şu an.
Ya Kubilay bir şey rica edebilir miyim senden?
Buyurun lütfen.
Hazal bu sistemdeki link değil mi? Bu yeni bir linki açmamış. Eğer yoksa okul temsilcisine bunu göndermem lazım çünkü.
Bu yeni bir linkse okul temsilcisine yollanması gerekiyor değil mi?
Aynen bu sistemden çektiği bir link. Bir iki dakika sorabilir misin bölüp senden
Tamam,
rica
öğreniyorum.
etsem? Çok sağ ol.
Semra Hanım temsilciye giden linkle aynı deniyor.
Tamam, tamamdır Kubilay. Çok teşekkür ediyorum. Çok sağ ol.
Rica ederim.
Start video there.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome here. How are you?
Hello. Hi. Good afternoon.
John, good afternoon to you. And how are you?
Very well. The sun is shining here in Galway, so we're happy.
It's always good to get shining on.
Absolutely.
Our friends are gearing up. Can I spare 1 or 2 minutes for it?
Yeah, of course, no problem. Yeah, you more people joining the meeting, is it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they will, and also our other branches also coming up.
Good, great. How many people do you expect on the call?
Probably it will be around 20 at most.
Okay, very good. From your different branches.
Can you repeat it again, please?
From a couple of your branches.
Yeah, and Izmir, Ankara, Antalya, other branches are also gathering up to get informed about new schools and current situations.
Great, yeah. So just to say, we have Ceren here as well. I'm sure she can use her Turkish there to welcome everybody, of course.
Merhabalar herkese.
Merhabalar Ceren
Teşekkürler
Hanım.
böyle bir training için vakit ayırdığınız ve davet gönderdiğiniz için. Deniz Bey katılacak mı bugün? Biliyor musunuz?
Ceren Hanım, Deniz Bey katılmayacak. Bir görüşmesi var kendisinin ama sizlere şöyle bilgi vermek istiyoruz. Bizim İrlanda'da sunduğumuz, Dublin'de özellikle bir okulumuz var. Galway'de de sizi böyle top okullarımız olarak sunmak istiyoruz. Bunun için de bir WhatsApp grubu oluşturacağız. Zoom'umuz bittikten sonra oradan da tekrardan sorularımızı yazarız size.
Harika, çok teşekkürler. Çok sağ olun, çok mutlu oldum.
Ben teşekkür ederim.
So there's a specific school in Dublin that they are promoting, that they're focused on, and they want to make authentic language their top school in Galway. Mr. Deniz wanted to tell, and Merve is his assistant probably, but he's not going to attend this.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, very good.
And dear John and Ceren, you can start anytime you want.
Great.
Okay, so I'm sharing my screen with you. We have a presentation ready for this training.
Great.
Great. So just welcome everybody from the various branches of Global Vision. We're delighted to present to you this morning about Atlantic Language Galway. My name is John Daly, and I am the founder and the managing director of the school. And I suppose I've been here from the beginning, and I'm very proud of our school, and I'm very proud of the city of Galway. And this presentation this morning, hopefully, will give you a sense of the school, of the city, the possibilities of Galway, the lovely location it is, and also talk maybe a little bit about the products that are proving successful for us and some of the new things we're offering, which could be of interest to all the councillors attending today. So you see in the background there, you can see our main building. We are over 2 buildings here, right in the centre of Galway City. It's a very modern school. Everything is on one level. You can see all our classrooms are all glass, and it's quite a nice space and atmosphere within the school because everybody can meet and mingle. So first of all, just to give you a nice flavour, we have a short presentation, a video presentation, which will give you an idea of what the schools look like, the buildings and the city. So bear with us for a moment.
I'm sorry.
So very sneak peek, very quick look at the school, and I'll move on with the presentation and try and give you an idea of some of the advantages of coming to Galway to the school, particularly with the Turkish market in mind. So I think the first thing to say, we have a very modern building, and it's very, I think students when they arrive here are very impressed by the buildings. They're very spacious, very modern, very high tech in the classrooms. There's plenty of good support facilities, like we have a roof garden where you can go out and enjoy the view from the school. We have a nice cafe in the center of the school so students can mix and mingle with each other from the different levels. Nice hangout spaces for students to relax, have a cup of coffee. Again, you're getting examples of some of our very bright, full of light classrooms. And here again, if you could stop for a moment to just give you a quick look at the team, as myself, and we have our Anya looking after academic affairs. We have Paula, who's our welfare officer, and Clara, who works out at the front of house. Clara and Paula would be meeting all the students that are arriving on the first day and also helping them with immigration issues, opening bank accounts, settling in, all of the kinds of things that students, when they arrive in Galway, first of all, want to find out about. So a nice, good team there to help and support people. Yeah. So accommodation. I want to stress this a little bit because I do know how important it is, particularly I'm sure if you're working with Dublin schools, it is difficult to find accommodation. And one of the, I think, nice elements of Atlantic is we have our own accommodation. So we have 40 apartments in the city centre. These belong to the school, are managed by us. We have our own cleaning staff, our own maintenance staff. They're a mixture of 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom apartments. And could maybe roll on the clip.
There's a video following, so I don't want to interrupt, but I can stop it.
Yeah, sure. Well, again, we might just show you a quick little video to give you a quick flavour of the 3 different sites we have of our own accommodation. Yeah. Okay, so that's just an example of one of our accommodation. And again, we have 3 different areas. Again, walking distance to the school, so students don't need to get on buses or pay for taxis. They can walk to the school or they can use a bicycle, but we are right in the center of the city. And again, the standard of this accommodation would be very very, very high. You know, I'm not sure, sometimes you see different people staying in different accommodation in different cities, but we're very proud of our accommodation. As I say, it's ours. We look after it ourselves. We maintain it ourselves. And it could suit students that are coming and want to settle in for the first 2 weeks or 4 weeks. You know, we have availability. You can book it. And of course, then you may meet other students and decide to move out into other accommodation. So as counsellors, you can give that reassurance that Atlantic has availability in its own accommodation for that initial stage when the student arrives first. It can be for 2 weeks, it can be for 4 weeks. You get settled down, get to know the city, you get to network with other students, and then for maybe something at a better, more affordable price that you might suit budgets of longer term students, you have options to move out into other accommodation. But you have that security of arriving and having secured your accommodation. So again, really a selling point for Atlantic, lovely accommodation, high standard accommodation, walking distance to the school, in some cases a couple of minutes. In most, the longest walking distance to the school would be 20 minutes for our third week, or of the 3 locations we have. Okay, so we'll move along.
Yeah.
So on this presentation, you have a lot of detail, and you can visit this in your own time and look at the different types of accommodation. Obviously, we're as well organising host family accommodation. We have a lot of families that we've built up relationships with. So again, you have that option to stay in host families if required. So the next thing I'd like to talk a little bit is about Galway. Why would a student come to Galway versus Dublin or Cork for that matter? I think first important thing is the size of the city. It's quite small. It's a very intimate city, and that's part of its charm, okay? It has small, narrow streets, lots of little bars, pubs, restaurants, very nice atmosphere in the city, very pretty city. It's a nice place to live. There's a capacity of about 80,000 population, but you've loads of little bars and Irish music happening. So you get a lovely sense of the culture of Ireland and maybe a sense of a small city outside of Dublin. Of course, it's only 2.5 hours from Dublin Airport, and you're down here and you're right on the coast, the Atlantic coast of Ireland, and you have lovely sense of the west of Ireland. So again, the city, very nice place to live. It's surrounded by some stunning locations. Right there, you're looking at the Aran Islands. That's just 40 minutes by boat from Galway City. It's a beautiful place to visit. And again, the city has got its river running through. So a very, very pleasant place to live. Lots of things happening in the city. We have arts festivals, the Galway Arts Festival, International Festival, where artists come from all over the world to perform, both in venues and out on the streets. So again, atmosphere is something that is a word that will come up around Galway. The big horse racing festival in July, arts festival in July, oyster festival in September, lots of festivals. Lots of beautiful places to jump in a rented car and head out and explore Ireland around probably the nicest part of, I think, of Ireland, the west of Ireland. Very dramatic landscape. And lots to do. The students, they go out here regularly. They love to visit the pubs, the music pubs, everything, free music. And I can say that students just love living in Galway. They have great memories. Many of them stay here for a year, sometimes longer. And the word of mouth around Galway grows when students come here and go back and talk about beautiful Galway. Okay, so next.
Yeah. So we can talk about our offers here, just from students.
Yes, that's okay. Yeah.
Okay. So immigration.
Yeah, so again, just to quickly give you an idea of how we deal with students coming in, particularly from Turkey and from all visa requiring countries. Again, immigration in Galway is relatively straightforward. There's very clear procedure for what you need to do when you need to book your appointment here at local immigration. Again, I would say Galway would not be as busy and as difficult to get an appointment as, say, Dublin would be. Again, you're dealing with smaller numbers and the process is relatively straightforward. So again, we have a nice demonstration here for you of what to do. but we're very, very helpful to you as regards preparing you, making sure you have the right documentations, making sure you're able to go through the process. A student is able to get through the process very quickly and very efficiently. We're very experienced at dealing with local immigration. We're a very well known, very well respected school, and we never have difficulties with immigration, because I think we're 30 years in operation and a very well respected school here in the centre of the city. Okay, so then again, just to give you an idea, a flavour of what our work study program is like, we have the program in the morning, which is 20 lessons, that's 3 hours every morning. And the current price offer on that is $3,500 for a 25-week program. You can also opt to take the afternoon program, which starts at 1:30 and finishes at 4:45. And that's a little cheaper option if you're willing to take your classes in the afternoon. All of this information is on this offer. And again, attractive extension possibilities as well. If students decide to extend, obviously we deal with the agency, and any additional commission will be paid on to the agencies for students who decide to extend from Global Vision. Okay. Let's move along again. Yeah. Okay, so just a new program that might be of interest to some Turkish students, and that is, Atlantic now has an exclusive offering of a pre-master's program with the University of Galway. So in Ireland, there are 4 main universities. If you could stop it there for a moment. Yeah. So again, in Ireland, you have 4 main universities: Trinity College, University College Dublin, University of Galway, University of Cork, and University of Limerick. These would be the top universities in Ireland. And now Atlantic Language is now exclusively offering a pre-master's program, which means that if a Turkish student is interested in coming to study a postgraduate in Galway, they can apply through us or directly to the university for a particular course. They would then get a conditional letter of offer for that particular master's program or PhD program, and they would then take a pre-master's program here at Atlantic 6 months before they start. So that prepares you completely to take on a postgraduate study in the university. So we work exclusively together, and once you get a conditional letter of offer from the university for immigration, that makes the process very, very streamlined. You get a joint offer letter, which means you get the letter for your master's or your PhD, and also you would then be asked to attend a pre-master's program. And this guarantees you being completely ready to take on that program. And again, a lot of very interesting postgraduate opportunities in the University of Galway. And I suppose one of the excellent possibilities is further work in some of the very interesting multinational companies that are in Ireland. Obviously, we have the likes of Google and Twitter and Meta and Facebook all here in Ireland. We have a lot of medical science industries here in Galway. So we've a lot of the big international multinational companies who go into the universities and recruit directly as these people are students are completing their postgraduate studies. So really, it's an attractive thing for someone who's interested in coming to Ireland. Once you finish your master's here, you're entitled to stay for 2 years and work full-time. And again, the recruitment possibility in Ireland is excellent because the companies go straight to the universities and recruit directly from there. So if you're in the computer science area, or you're in medical science, or the areas like that are very popular in the universities, and also for companies looking to recruit people, and very well-paid, highly paid jobs in many cases here in Ireland. Okay. Again, the university have produced a particular guide for students who wish to study in the University of Galway, and we have made that available here on the presentation, which gives you an idea of what the requirements students require as regards their degree, what results in their degree, what level of English is required of them. And this is again of interest to a counsellor who's trying to explain what's needed to get into your particular master's postgraduate program. Okay, very, very useful guide.
It was the last slide. Yes.
Okay, so that just gives you a quick run through. Well, I suppose the key points that I'd like to say is that Galway is an excellent option in the west of Ireland. It's a nice city, it's a nice size, The accommodation difficulties would not be the same, I would say, as Dublin and Cork maybe at this time. Atlantic has the advantage of having its own accommodation, which allows you to bring your students in. We have an excellent nationality mix here. We're not heavily in one market or another market. Sometimes you can arrive in schools and there's a lot of Brazilian students, or could be a lot of Turkish students. But we have a very, very strong nationality mix here from all over Europe, and again from Asia, and equally some from Turkey. But we're talking small numbers here from Turkey. We're not a cheap school. We would be more at the high end of the market, but you know, we have that nationality mix. We have some very, very nice buildings here, 40 classrooms, lovely facilities. We're right in the center of the city. And I think we have very, very good standard academically here in the school. And I really put a lot of emphasis on the pastoral care for students when they're here in the school, that they're looked after. We have Jeren, who's a Turkish national herself. So she's here to help students to bed in, and they can come to her as they arrive and settle in if they're homesick, and getting to grips with bank accounts and all this. That's a very nice service to have in the school. But again, we have a very good front of house team. Job opportunities in Galway for study work. Again, it's a very, very popular tourist city. We have a lot of jobs in hospitality, but equally, I've noticed the students that are coming over with very good qualifications are getting jobs in social media and companies. You can have more ambition for the type of student that's coming over, because we see it in the Brazilian market. They're starting to go on to further education options in Ireland, and also work in places like, for example, we have 3 students working here now in marketing, so one looking after social media, and one working front of house. So again, ambition for your students to work in Galway. Excellent possibilities, lots of availability to find work. Not difficult to find work in Galway, lots of help needed signs since the pandemic is over. We're looking for more in the workforce to come and work in Ireland. So yeah, that's a quick run through Atlantic Language, and happy to answer any questions you might have. Myself and Jeren, happy if you have any clarifications or updates.
I have a question about the nationality mix, actually. As we all know that Galway is not central as much as the Dublin. Yeah. So it really makes me wonder about the nationality mix, actually.
Yeah, well, I suppose, look, we're 30 years in operation, and we would be very strong in the European market. And Galway but Atlantic is a very well-known school. We work with a lot of the big agencies right across Europe. So we've Swiss, German, Italian, Spanish. These have been traditional markets for us for many, many years. So French, Austrian, right across Sweden, Finland, Norway. We deal with a lot of universities who send us staff here as well. So if you walk out here this morning, you'll find maybe 250 students, and you could have at least 32 nationalities in the school at any one time. So again, as I say, we're not a cheap school. We do sell programs out into the European market, and as a result of that, we have a lot of the European market. The Turkish market has started to come to Galway. Definitely, I can see an improvement on that, but it's still a relatively unknown market in Galway. Galway is still a relatively unknown market, but it has a lot to offer. And the key thing is, if a Turkish student arrives in here, he'll go into a classroom and he'll have multiple nationalities in his classroom, lots of Europeans and students from Korea, students from Japan, but not a lot of Turkish. What's our numbers of Turkish at the moment?
At the moment, it's not more than 10.
10 students in total.
Yes.
So in a population of about 260 students here today, there would be 10 Turkish students. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
it's great, and it is evident that Galway holds more than it seems for the Turkish students. This is why we are trying to promote your school as being the prominent one in the Galway
Yeah, and you know, there's nothing mysterious about it. It's like everything. I noticed that when the Korean market came to Ireland first, it went to Dublin, and Dublin, and then agencies began to realize, oh, there's something outside Dublin, and they started to work with Galway. But you know, there are 4 schools here in Galway. I'm sure you Galway Cultural Institute, the Galway Language Centre, excellent schools, long established, and very high standard academically and nationality mix. So there's nothing to worry about coming to Galway. It's a lovely place to live. It's easy to find work, and the accommodation difficulties are not. And again, typically a smaller city would be about 10% cost of living than living in the capital city. And again, you know, short travel distances, you're not paying lots of bus fares, long bus journeys, you know, living a long way away from the city centre or from the school. Again, that's an attractive thing if you're working and studying in the city as well. You can keep your costs down.
And may I ask you another question, Mr. John, about the job opportunities that the city provide for students?
Yeah. So again, if you come into Galway and if you were to walk around the main streets here, as I say, excuse me, my voice, we have lots of pubs, restaurants, hotels. Again, there are lots of jobs available. Again, it's probably since the pandemic, you know, it's just the workforce some people have left and moved on and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of availability for jobs. And I think I can say that with complete confidence. If you want to come into Galway and you want to work pretty immediately, if you have your CV, and we help, and we have a special class here where we help you with your CV, we help you with your interview skills, and we look at and making sure you're ready to go out and talk to employers or make applications. So again, you know, if you're interested, motivated, and you want to get started and you want to start making money, you won't have too much difficulty in Galway to find work.
It is another great point. And can I also ask about the accent? For example, is it really different, for example, from the Dubliners?
No, I don't think so. But I don't know how you find my accent. But,
it's pretty good and clear, actually.
Yeah, and I am a teacher myself, so I started as a teacher and a director of studies. And like this teaching staff that would be here today is a very clear and easy. The accent would not be an issue in the teaching fraternity in the school. So you've got university graduates. These are all, in the vast majority, are Irish, and some American and some from England and so on. So we have, I don't think you'll ever have a student coming into reception saying, I can't understand the teacher. That just doesn't occur. Yeah.
Actually, my concern was about the inhabitants of the Galway. Like,
yeah, Galway's accent is very difficult to even say there is an accent. You know, I'm from Cork, actually. Originally, I grew up in Cork, and Cork probably would have more of an accent than Galway or Dublin. But Galway is just one of those cities that doesn't really have a very distinct or unclear or heavy accent.
I can guarantee that there's no difference. So, yeah.
Thanks a lot thanks a lot for your answers. No.
Thanks.
Hello, John.
Hi, Dennis. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Sorry, good morning. I was just doing something. I mean, is it you finished or you?
Well, we went through a presentation there with everybody. We kind of went through the main points, and it's hopefully a very helpful presentation.
Yeah.
It covers accommodation, immigration, student products, etc. Yeah.
John, now actually we had a good meeting last time with Seren over in Istanbul when she was here. Now the good selling points, what I got from the with Seren last time, the pricing is very good right now. The afternoon course and morning course is very compatible with the Dublin schools. And this is really good. The second thing, Galway is the second biggest city in Ireland. Yeah. So for students in social atmosphere, the working conditions is really easy, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, that's what I have been stressing, Dennis. Yeah, we're not the second biggest. Cork is the second biggest city, but Galway would be the third biggest. But it's a nice size, and I can say again with confidence, finding accommodation, finding work, and the atmosphere of the city if more and more Turkish students that start to come to the west of Ireland, to Galway, are going to fall in love with it. The word of mouth, the repeat business is growing. And I've seen this with the Korean, Brazilian market coming into Dublin. The Turkish market is going to start to come to Galway in bigger numbers. I know that. But I mean, thankfully, we have a good nationality mix here. We have a big school here. Like we have 40 classrooms over 2 buildings. So we can absorb any one particular nationality that are coming and spread them out across the different levels. So, you know, it's a student population of almost 300 students here in November, late November, gives you an example. And, you know, we would be up to sometimes 500 students. Yeah.
300 now? You have 300?
Yeah, we're just on 280 this morning. Yeah.
And as you said, the nationality mix is very good.
Very strong.
Yeah,
very
this
strong.
is in a language school. Actually, we really pay big attention to nationality mix, and accommodation, as you said, is easy to find. In Dublin is really complicated. The work we talk, and of course, Seren is there, and she's always helpful to the Turkish students. So, I mean, we have a good price, good location. The job facilities is quite good. Accommodation is good, and nationality mix is perfect. And we have a Turkish rep, very nice, Seren over there, and she's ready to help our students. So yeah, and
so everything is ready for you. Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
Again, I would say, Dennis, you know, we don't work with lots and lots of agencies. We try to focus in, again, because we've maintained that nationality mix in different countries. We work with a small number of well-respected, well-known agencies with good counsellors who really understand the product. We're there to support the counsellors. We know at the beginning, when you're getting to know a new area, new location, there'll be lots of frequently asked questions. But Seren is here at any time to support that. So we really understand, you know, how to work with a long-term partner. We understand Global Vision is a well-respected, well-known in Turkey. We're not looking for lots and lots of small Turkish agencies. We're not interested in those types of arrangements. So we're very happy to choose good partners and then support those students and get strong feedback.
Exactly. And actually, John, we are doing very close work in Dublin with Eli. You know,
indeed, I do indeed. I know them well.
And you know that there is a Turkish rep there, Cenker.
Yeah.
You know Cenker. Actually, we really work closely. Even sometimes they send us the Turkish inquiries and we look after for them on behalf of them, because the visa process, other things, you know, is more complicated, difficult. But nowadays, actually, last couple of weeks is quite good. We got some results. So please, let's have a very close work together. In Galway, you will be actually only the school we are going to work, and we will push a lot.
Great.
And all of councillors actually quite good in Ireland. In Ankara, Izmir, Istanbul, they really know very well the process, visa, the selling point. So I am sure they will really get students for Galway.
Yeah, great. And look, we are very happy to work with you, and we're very happy to support your counsellors. We're very happy to have some of them to come and visit the school, to come and visit Galway, because it's a beautiful city. School is, I can say I started it 30 years ago. I'm very proud of it. It's a very beautiful building. It's got nice facilities. Students walk in here and they really enjoy the nationality mix. They love the atmosphere and the facilities, the accommodation that we have control and look after ourselves, a big selling point, and it really gets students settled, and then they can branch out themselves. So not many schools can offer their own privately owned accommodation, maintained, cleaned, looked after by themselves. That's something Atlantic built up over the years in the center of the city, and it really is a strong selling point.
And if there is any, actually in Google we can find, but the video we can watch to maybe Galway video and school video as well. Seren, you can send us. Actually, we will set up a WhatsApp group, Seren. Galway and Global Vision's WhatsApp group. You can share every information there. And when we have a very serious student, of course they will, if they need help from you, they will contact from there.
Okay.
We can add your company number there to WhatsApp group.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Güler.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you very much
Thank you
for
very
your
much,
time.
Seren.
Thank you, Dennis, and thank you, everybody, for your time and attention. We look forward to working with you. All
Thank
right?
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you again.
Thank
See
you.
you. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye, John.
Bye, everybody. Yeah.
Bye-bye.